I'll watch out the sun. If your mother doesn't care for you, you gotta watch.
You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean. Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on the Powerhouse radio station are those of the host, guests, and callers, are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other hosts or advertisers. The show, found on the Powerhouse radio station, can promote any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and or claim any cure of disease or conditions. Opinions stated by various contributors to the Powerhouse Radio and its programming are not to be considered as endorsed by the Powerhouse Radio station. Visitors are urged to use their own discernment to draw their own conclusion. We emphasize the importance of keeping an open mind.
Greetings. How are you all doing? Hoping that you are
Speak
having.
louder. We can't hear you.
Blessing.
You can't hear me. Hoping that you
Blessing.
all are having a fantabulously fabuloso Thursday. It is February 6th already. And you know what they say, February 6th, the big man, Robert Nesta Marley's birthday, right? So we have lots of reasoning to drop on you all today, right? So I'm hoping that each and every one is fantabulous and you all had a fantabulous week. And we thank you once again for joining us because you could have been joining someone else and you decided to be joining us this evening. All right. So before we go further, I just want to big up our brotherly stations and big ups to you, Victorious 89.1 FM, Dr. J, and the entire crew. I want to say massive shouts go out to you as well. You Choose Radio, DJ VJ Smiles, and Ross Dougal. Thanks for picking us up as well. So, you know what? We're doing big things over here at the Powerhouse Radio. And I want to say massive shouts to the Powerhouse Radio formula for those whom listen live on our telephone lines at 667-930-9036. Also on our website at www.dapowerhouseradio.com. I want to say massive shouts go out to you all as well. And thank you for tuning in as well. And for those for all of the social media that we are on, the TuneIn apps and the Shout apps and the Zeno apps and the YouTube app and the Facebook app and the Instagram app and the X app and the all of the apps. Yeah. And the what you call it, TikTok, all of the apps. We want to thank you for joining us right here. Also want to invite you to tune in each and every week as you are right now to Reasoning Thursdays from 8 p.m. up until the 10 o'clock hour. On Saturdays, be sure to listen to the Lady D show each and every Saturdays from 12 p.m. up until the 4 o'clock hour on Saturdays. And also be sure to tune in to All About Love, Nothing But Love, each and every Sunday nights, right here from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And all of the programs, if you all are missing a little bit, you're missing a lot. So be sure to join us. Also want to invite you out to the Bomb. All right. To the Bomb. The venue is called the Bomb. It's 2912 Evans Mills Road in Lithonia. It's the Marcus Garvey Gathering. All right. That's going to be taking place. You have the likes of Lady D, Wayne Hall, DJ Seizure. You have Darespecta, DJ Charger, DJ VJ Smiles, Ross Dougals, I Genoa, Fire Dutch. All's going to be in the house. Julian the Great. All is going to be in the house. That's taking place Monday the 10th at 8 p.m. That's at 2912 Evans Mill Road in Lithonia. All right. And it marks the 100th year of the Marcus Garvey speech at Atlanta Federal Prison on February the 15th. And it is being by UNIA ACL Division 421. All righty. So we want to big them up as well and alongside the YouTube's radio .com. So we want to send massive shouts to them. We have a whole host of topics that's going to be going on this evening as well. We're going to be touching entertainment. Yeah, we haven't touched entertainment for quite some time. So we're definitely going to be touching entertainment and with the Grammy and with what's going on in the entertainment world. We're going to be touching that. You don't want to miss it. All right. And we have so much to reason on in regards to our new administration and some of the things that are going down with our new administration that I know that you most definitely want to know about. We're going to be talking about the DEI policy, the boycotts, the presidency, and the division that's going on, the tariffs, and the Social Security, and the airstrikes, and the trust me, we're in there tonight. We're going to be covering so much. So you don't want to miss it because if you miss a little bit, you're missing a lot. So make sure that you keep it on. So we're going to kick it off with the entertainment and with the Grammys and what's going on with the entertainers and all these things. And then we're going to go over to America, what's going on with the entire new administration. So you don't want to miss that as well. So for the man of the house, the respecter, you want to say
Boom, boom.
listeners.
Boom, 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 boom.
You want to say to the listener, you tell them boom, 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 listen, stop lick shut up to the listener, them. All right, Queen.
Yes. Hey, 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 hey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome.
Yes, Mama Acid.
Okay, I'm not going to say welcome. I'm just going to say if you didn't come for the truth, you are going to get it anyway. Welcome to the Facts Hour.
Yes, we're in it tonight. We are ready, geared up, and just ready to do our thing tonight, each and every night, each and every um Thursdays. Also, we're going to be doing some drop-ins here and there during the week, where when there's a lot of hot topics going on, we're gonna do a hot topic reasoning Thursday, where it's not even a hot topic, breaking news reasoning Thursdays. But when we get a reason, when we get a breaking news that's going on, we're just gonna come on live, all right? And we're gonna be touching those breaking news that are going on. Okay. So we want you to spread the word, tell a friend and a friend and a family member that, yeah, Reasoning Thursday, we're stepping it up all the way up, all the way up. All right. Want to say big shouts to you, Don Mined. Blessings to you. Blessings to you. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being a loyal supporter right here of Reasoning Thursdays each and every week. Each and every week. Well, we're going to kick it off first with the entertainment, with some entertainments. And when we're reasoning on entertainment, we're talking about the Grammys and we're talking about um, individuals in the entertainment fraternity that calls themselves this and then wants to be this. And can entertainers separate themselves from their careers? Is there such a thing? Is there what about the Grammys? Is it really as biased as a lot of persons feel that it is? Especially with the recent win of at the Grammys with the Bob Marley winning the Grammys, and there's a lot of flack all over social media in regards to that, and you know, saying that the Marleys is whom run the Grammys. No one else run the Grammys. So we want to talk about that, and we want to talk about, let's even call her name Spice. The backlash that Spice was getting in Jamaica in regards to her speaking to the children, and then the presentation, which I must say it was an awesome presentation that she made alongside Babsy Grange, and to the minister that was fighting against her in regards to her going to the schools and talking to the children. So we're going to touch a little bit about that. Alrighty, DEI policies. We're going to go and we're going to touch the new administration here in America. The DEI policies on the gender and boycotts, you know, because there's a pastor even here in the Atlanta area, from the New Birth Baptist Church, that is calling for a boycott of Targets, you know. And in the meantime, I just want to big up Delta, Apple, Goldman and Sachs, Costco's for not bending, you know, and continuing to say they're going to honor this DEI policy. But really, is it something that they really need to even honor? Because a lot of comments out there is that it's not even benefiting the black community. So we're going to talk about that. All right. We're going to definitely talk about that. Trump presidency, 47, as Mama asked, because I don't want Mama asked to correct me. 47, 45, 47 presidency. Why is it causing so much division? Let me scratch my head. Why? It's a lot of division. The tariffs. Why the back down? Why the back down of the tariffs? We want to talk about that, right? Definitely. We want to talk about what's the plan. What is this about the Gaza? What is this about Africa, South Africa? What is going on? What is going on with the plane system? Are we safe in the planes? We really have to ask ourselves, what is going on? What is going on? What about this new light? This new light that came into play? Impeachment? Really? Are we going to impeach? Impeachment started already? How many days has 45, 47 been in office? And we're talking impeachment already? Ooh, man, we got a lot to cover. And they say, I've heard several people say, maybe he's the one who is really, really the Antichrist. Elon Musk. Wait a minute, Musketeer. Yeah, we have to definitely touch on that, because you know what? He's playing with your money. It's alleged that he's playing with your money, or he wants to play with your money. So, yeah, we have a whole host of stuff here that we definitely want to reason on. All righty. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's kick it off with our entertainment. The Respecter?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, kick it off.
I
Entertainment.
will. I don't like the disrespect of the entertainment.
Okay.
Um Lately I've been seeing like the older artists them still performing the same way. Kill this, kill that. That's out your mother. I'm talking about legends. Not calling on them. But them still have the same dirty mindset of the evil of everything. And they look at you, them I grow up, I idolize them. And them not thinking of the children. They act like them care at times when somebody dead. But they not pay attention to the ghetto and those on the corner. The kids them who don't want to go to school, not go to school. The parents them will struggle with the child, the children. And these entertainers still have perform on Rubber Dub Thursday, live shows, still ignorant. Them can do better. And just to touch on the Mali, them are do what them have to do. They following in the same shoes as Clive Davis and the white American show them, Emmy, Grammy, the all of them. Really and truly, I don't believe vibes or strength should get it neither.
Okay.
And be honest. Because when I look back over the years and see that Cape Town, even Bujo, Terra Fabulous should at least get one mention one time. So so many artists that should have gotten a Grammy or even mentions, and they didn't. So now, no knocking on Cartel or Shensia, but it got to be more than sales. It can't just be about sales, record sales. It got to be more to it, the knowledge of it, the education of it. It got to make more sense. And then when you think about the Marleys now, that is not a category for them to win Grammy. The soundtrack is a soundtrack. That's movies. It
Okay.
doesn't rhyme and blend with the entertainment, the performance, the listening of music, lyrics. Those music they want for is soundtracks. That should have been entered into the movies portion. So they can do a whole lot better. And hopefully they will change. Because they know themselves that they're wrong. They shouldn't get them father. There's other people that should have gotten it. That's my take on it.
That's your take. Queen, you want to touch it? Mama Acid, you want to touch it?
Sure. Queen, you can go first.
Oh, well, all I can say is, I mean, we all are accountable for what we do. And we always have to think of the children in whatever we do. Um, I'm not saying that we don't forgive and forget if the individual has changed. I haven't seen where she have changed, but at least she's trying to do something good for the children. And I don't really know what her agenda is. I just know that they're saying that she was counseling kids on doing right and what have you. I don't know, but it's on her. And all the other entertainers, y'all need to get yourself right. Hey, you see what's happening in this world now, not just in America or Jamaica, but what's happening in the world on a whole. Y'all need to start using those money you're getting and do something constructive with it instead of driving around in them big car, flash, 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 bling, bling. You know, think of later on, and also think of the children. You know, that's it. I don't have much to say on that because they're still gonna do what they're gonna do. So
Okay, Mama Acid.
Okay. Some years ago, some of you may have been listening when I surprised Lady D by flushing the toilet in the middle of the show. And it caused a lot of controversy because people didn't understand why I flushed the toilet. And I didn't say anything. And then I came back and I just started reading names. Well, I just want to say that I'm not near the toilet tonight because if I was, I would flush it again. And all of these entertainers who say these things in audiences that they know that contain underage people, they need to
mhm.
go down that they need to go down that chute. Also, one other reminder: if you do bad, bad will take a long time to take you away. R.I.P. Irv Gotti. You did bad. You put out an album called The Killers. You did a whole lot of other stuff. Then you came back and put out another album called Murderers. Okay. You called you called your company Murderers Inc. All of these artists that were on your label are now basically defunded because you destroyed their credibility by allowing them to follow you down a path that you knew wasn't going to take you anywhere. So, RIP to the Gotti family because he made you all rich to make you all poor, and for the new ones coming up, stand away from that, because if you stand close to it, you're going to get drugged right down the same hole.
Okay. What is you all thoughts on the Grammy? Because I heard Queen brought up the Spice situation in regards to Spice trying to speak for the wanting to go to the different schools. She was gonna do a school tour and go to
Mhm.
school tours and speak to the children. And her take on it was that she may be the one who can speak to them and make a difference, and there's a difference between Spice versus um
The
Shensia.
dancehall queen.
no Grace Hamilton. There's a
Again,
difference
that
between Spice and Grace Hamilton, which is her actual name. And so
name.
goes in with the get up as Spice, and then when she's Grace Hamilton, she changed her colors from blue, etc. And so she's saying that she can maybe be the one that makes a difference in these children's lives, because it's evident that in her life she came from childhood out of the ghetto. She came from hard times, struggles, etc., and she have made something good with her life. She's not just an entertainer, but she's also an entrepreneur, a home businesswoman. A lot of different avenues to Grace Hamilton along with Spice. And because there was a pastor who was badging and said that she should not go. For those who don't know, there was a pastor. She had a tour that was going to go on and speak to all the schools in Jamaica, and a pastor objected. I won't even mention the pastor name, but he objected, and he made a real big stink about it on his program, and so on. So it was she withdrew herself from going through with doing that. But before she did that, she made sure that she confronted the the pastor, whom said that she was not fit, she wasn't a role model, she wasn't a person that should go out and speak to the children. Do we feel like entertainers should be considered as role models? So also with what Queen says, I hear you, Mama Acid, with Irv Gotti and what he's all about, and I hear the respecter with what the respecter um spoke about in regards to reasoned about in regards to the entertainers using slang such as SYM and stuff like that, derogatory slangs and stuff like that. I've heard I heard you too, the respecter, and saying that there needs to be a little more class in the entertainment fraternity. Also, I've been seeing a lot on social media where they have been badgering the Marleys guys. And I've saw a comment here from Don that says the Marleys have won or produced 14 Grammy wins. But are we saying that it's a rigged thing with the Grammy?
Yes,
Are we saying that Spice is not a role model for the children? Not we.
absolutely.
Um, yeah, so
No,
let's elaborate a little bit more on that, and then we're not gonna stay too long on it. Greetings, Donna. Donna said as well, good night to all, blessings to you, Donna.
good night,
So
Donna.
Nice.
Hey, Donna.
let's reason a little bit. Let's go on and reason just a little
I'm
bit.
definitely for what Spice is doing.
Okay.
I'm definitely
Yeah,
for it because
yeah, I
Wait,
do.
Queen. Go ahead.
Sorry. Okay.
yeah, I'm definitely for Spice doing what she's doing. And people, including preachers, they are so hypocritical. They are so when they're out behind the mic and facing the media or the people, they say everything that they think is what we want to hear. Behind closed door, trust me, they could be sitting back watching Spice, wishing to be with Spice. And this
But
whole thing about because she's a they call it
go ahead.
dance in the half nude or whatever they may be thinking she's performing as and acting like and her lyrics and all that. It's all part of life. Everybody gets naked at some point in time. The same people who will knock her down for her behavior on stage, when they go to the beach, everybody is in two piece, running half naked on the beach. It's okay on the beach. Same people acting like that's outrageous what she's doing. Them same one catch them on a good day or a bad day. They're doing basically the same thing she's doing, acting the same way she's acting. There's nothing wrong with a woman being herself or a man being himself as entertainers or even as just regular people. This whole thing about showing your skin or a woman dressed certain way on the street, she's dressing, she's being herself. She's doing what makes her feel comfortable. And those who act like it's a problem, they're only doing that too for PowerPoints.
But before Queen responds to you, the respecter, let me jump in as commentator here. Um, you just said something as being themselves. Spice in this regard is saying that she's two different persons. She's saying that that's her career, that's her job as being Spice. That's not whom she is. She is Grace Hamilton at the end and at the end of the day. So can we, because obviously the pastor is saying
Yeah,
that she cannot separate the two.
yeah,
Can entertainers really separate the
yeah,
two, being themselves? Because if you look at movie stars, you have movie stars such as Denzel Washington and a lot of
uh,
those movie stars whom are playing lots of different characters in the movies, but yet they still can go out and send a positive message. So why can't Spice be one of that? Or should we allow our children to really use entertainers as role models?
Well, you see, the thing is that we use entertainers as the, especially young generation now. They use entertainers as role models because this is what they're seeing. This is what they can gravitate to. They can adapt to. The music that these are the dance move that these entertainers are bringing to this generation. Okay, Spice. Okay, all right. Whatever she do, she do. Now I'm kind of concerned because if she's gonna bring positive information to these children, even about her surgery and what have you, maybe she can show them the don'ts side of it, the negative side of it, and maybe she do have something she can bring to them. Maybe she can tell them the negative side of the entertaining business, um, that so that they won't fall in the same trap. Maybe she do have things that she can share with them, you know. Other entertainers, the same thing, sometimes our experiences, it goes unheard. But sometimes if our experience are heard, sometimes that might divert someone from going in a certain direction,
Right.
So I wouldn't say not to do it or not to give them the opportunity to reason with these children, but within reason and within supervision, I think. From it's being monitored and being supervised the correct way, then I don't see anything wrong with them, from their giving positive messages. I don't think see anything wrong
Do,
with it.
do you also have
Um,
any? Do you also have an opinion on the Bob Marley and the? Because I know we're gonna go to Mama Acid next. Do you have an opinion and a thought on the Grammys and Bob
uh,
Marley?
Bob Marley children are talented. I'm not gonna say they're not. They're talented, and they also have a whole army behind them, a whole army of entertainers, a whole army of directors and producers, and their father is a legend, so that even gives it an extra boost. And I hear some artist children go and say, "Oh, I don't want to follow my father's footsteps." But if you're a legend, of course you're gonna come. That's gonna come up in the conversations that these people have when they're deciding who is gonna get what and who is not gonna get what. Yeah, there are artists that are better than the Bob Marley children, but again, like we said, it is what it is.
All
I
right.
mean, it's who you know and what you have.
All right, Mama Acid, you want to chime in? Because I heard when I said, and before you even chime in, I must say with what the respecter says, isn't that album a soundtrack?
To
That's
a
what
movie.
I'm about. So go ahead
Yeah.
and go dive in, Mama Acid. Go ahead.
Soundtrack for a movie nominated as a nominated as a regular album should be outlawed because it is not a regular album. It has multiple streams of distribution and is heard in many different venues in different ways. So that was the first wrong part of it. And the second wrong part of it is after you get 10 Grammys, you should tell them, thank you. We appreciate you nominating us. But what about some of these other people that have never been nominated that have put out really great work?
True.
Now, can I touch the other part of this that I really want to touch?
Go ahead.
Grace Hamilton.
Yeah.
All right. I don't want to be rude, but I have to be honest and say, can someone tell me what Grace Hamilton, and I'm saying the word again, Grace Hamilton, I'm saying her name, has accomplished other than becoming an artist named Spice? I have not seen one book she's published that has been on a bestseller list. I we said many things about other female artists who also did the same thing. They put out a book thinking it was going to get them more attention and it didn't. It got them the wrong attention. Second thing, don't call yourself a role model if you're not out here in these streets leading people. She's not leading anybody anywhere other than to wear dirty wine shorts. And I do mean dirty. And the last part of it, which really angers me the most, how do you declare yourself a role model? Who gave you that power? And in terms of the role model thing, when did entertainers start becoming role models? Because you've had other entertainers who have stood up and clearly said, I am not a role model. I am an entertainer. One of the richest in the world that I don't even like. And I don't even say his name. And everybody knows who said that. It's the same thing as Ye, Kanye, whatever his name is, taking his wife to the Grammys uninvited and then demanding to go on the red carpet so she can drop a rented black mink coat on the ground and show off the fact that she came to the show wearing a knee high. And I'm not talking about on her leg, I'm talking about her whole body. That type of disgusting behavior has to stop.
Okay.
People like him are not role models. So why are we looking at him? Because he has a whole lot of problems. So how can he be a role model if he can't fix his problems? Who is he leading? Leading us straight to hell?
Well, in defense, go ahead. Go ahead.
And,
Finish up.
and the last part of it is this: dance hall is its own category. It needs to stop being included in reggae classic. It
Yeah.
needs its own category in everything, including the Grammys, because there's no way I would put Cedella Marley up against Spice in the same category. They're not the same. Two things that are not the same. Okay. It's just like taking a Waffle House 50-cent egg surcharge and saying every egg you buy in the supermarket is going to have a 50-cent surcharge because they serve eggs at Waffle House. No, not going to go for it. But we got people, we got whole groups of families. I don't want to call names because I don't like doing that anymore. We got whole groups of people who are producing, okay, Morgan family, I'm just going to do it, who are producing new artists, producing music, and actually controlling a flow of good quality music who are getting no attention.
Yeah.
Why? Why are we giving attention to people who have been flushed down the toilet? If you are late term abortion, be that and be proud, just like Irv Gotti.
Mama Acid,
Yes, sir.
you're being a little hard.
You think so? Let
Yeah,
me give you
you're
hard.
being
Let me give
you're
you
being a little
hard.
hard.
No, 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 no. Let me give you hard. Let me give you hard. Hard is telling young boys in Jamaica and young girls in Jamaica that they should accept rape culture and that it should be a part of our music genre. I'm not going for it as a victim of sexual assault, and anybody who comes to push it needs to come see me for that whooping. Because I'm gonna sit you down in the chair and hand you the book and make you read along with me.
In defense of even Spice, and you're saying that Grace Hamilton. In defense of
Mm.
Grace Hamilton, and you're coming up with um and before I even go in, the lines are open 706-955-2001. And in defense of Grace Hamilton, when you said how could she be a role model and what can she bring to the table? I think maybe she can bring a lot to the table because a young woman coming out of the area where she came out of, the poverty that she came,
Mhm.
and made a lot for herself. Not yes, she was.
The mistakes
Wait a
that
minute.
she made.
Yes, she
Yeah.
was in the entertainment sector, and
Mhm.
she showed a lot of individuals as well. She showed a lot of individuals as well, in regards to that. Yeah, you could come out of poverty. You can do positive things with your life. Yes, maybe she started out Spice, the artist, the entertainer, but then she evolved her life into doing other
What about coffee?
into,
Let's
wait a minute
contrast her to coffee.
before we change over to coffee, and so on, before we change over to coffee and so on, right? um if she has evolved her life, she's explained that if some persons some of us have gotten opportunity to watch a little bit of the clip where she showed that she has bought several real estate. she has
Yeah.
she has also she has her product line, Nior, Grace
Mhm.
Nior, off of her name. She is showing them that yeah, sometimes you can start out here, but you can also graduate there to there, and you can come from this and move to this. So in some ways, I would not necessarily say, I don't know necessarily say a role model, but I will more say someone who was in a position or coming from a situation and has now elevated their life to doing something positive and lucrative, and giving the young person people hope that okay, yeah, maybe you can start out singing, or maybe yeah, you can start out doing dishwashing, or maybe you can start out, but look for the bigger picture. There's always stairs and there's stepping stones to 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 for you to reach where you want to reach. I didn't automatically start it out with my own radio station. I started out at other person's radio station, but in the back of my mind, I've always wanted to have my own radio station. I didn't start out as an absolute entrepreneur, but I worked for persons, and then I saw that okay, I would like to do this, and I learned, and I learned, and I learned, um, and I learned different things to do, to reach my pinnacle in life. So, not necessarily I would consider myself or I would consider her as a role model, but I would consider us persons whom have something to say and something who can, and persons who may can give children encouragement. Caller, could you turn down your radio? Yeah. And or whom are persons whom can give um a different outlook on life for children whom is in areas that they feel that okay, nothing is ever going to go right for me, you know but look at me now. Yes, I started out winding up myself, and yeah, maybe I'm still winding up myself and I'm carrying on, but there's another side to me. There's another side to me that I'm doing to make even my children proud of me, that I'm raising two very conscious, lovely children. So those are what I would say, that yeah, she has something that she's bringing to the table. But I think that we also use this word of role model so loosely. What is, it's used so loosely about role model. I would not consider her a role model. I would not consider any of us necessarily a role model, because we're still finding ourselves and we're all still going through trials and tribulations. But I would say we are persons that can encourage other people in their lives to reach different pinnacles in their lives. As to the Grammy, and I understand where persons are frustrated with the entire Grammy process and the entire Marley situation. Because if we're using the Marley name over and over and over and over, you know, they seem to get the lack of everything. And we definitely know that the Grammy situation is always not so great. The Grammy is just is
I'm
BS.
gonna be honest with you. I didn't watch it.
Wait a minute.
I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it either. But the Grammy
Mm-mm.
situation, and I don't watch the Grammy, to be honest.
Yeah.
The Grammy situation is BS to me all the time. But
Most of them.
let's give. How about us giving us a spade a spade? Okay. Yes, we have the Marleys on the board of the or contributors to the Grammy process. And maybe if enough of us become members or donators of the Grammy process, maybe we can make another difference. Don says 75 reggae entries were submitted this year. 75. And that's and I also agree with the respecter in regards to a soundtrack is a soundtrack, you know, and
But B,
that should
lady,
wait a minute, that should be put into the movies. But Bob Marley himself, I don't think have received a Grammy. Yes, his children have received Grammys, and the productions and the things that they are into have received Grammys. But Bob himself, I don't think, because Grammys wasn't around those times, and they
Yeah,
are
Grammy was around, but it wasn't. But reggae wasn't one of the
wasn't
categories. It didn't come in until after
right.
Bob Marley was passed away in the 90s.
Right. So I don't know if this is supposed to be officially considered Bob Marley's Grammy. But yeah, I understand the frustration with each and every one in regards to the Marley clan, the Marley family. Not let's not be disrespectful and say clan, but the Marley family, and them always winning the Grammys and everything pertaining to them. And I saw I saw on Instagram there was something where one of the DJs were talking about how many times the um the Marleys have won. But then um you also have to look at what happened between another set a couple of years where the Marleys, none of them did win. So I'm, I'm, I don't know. I agree with the soundtrack thing. With the respect, if it's a soundtrack for a movie, it needs to be in the soundtrack. I agree with Mama Acid in regards to dancehall and reggae needs two separate categories. They don't need to be bunched together. I agree with that as well. We have two callers on the line. Don, how you doing? As you being an
Yeah, I'm good.
artist, as
Big
yourself.
up, Don.
Hi, Mama. How you doing?
Yeah.
Listen, like I said, 75 entries were accepted this year. 75, and they choose to give their Grammy to a soundtrack album.
Yeah.
I mean, these songs are songs that have been out there for 50 odd years, and that and you decide to use the soundtrack from the movie and say this is the Grammy. Come on, man. It's frustrating. You know what it does? It frustrates the upcoming artists who are putting out good music and spending their money and put out quality album and submit it, and they can't win. How is that fair to them?
Yeah.
And
100%. That's right, Don.
how can the music how can the music grow and new talent exposed if you keep on picking the same 14 times? It, and when I say
But
14
that
times,
is
they have
not
about
even.
they have about
It's not even just the music
Wait a
industry.
minute, Queen. Wait a minute, Queen. Go ahead, Don.
they have I within that 14 times they have either won the Grammy or they produced the winning Grammy. Kabaka Pyramid album that won the Grammy 2 years ago was produced by one of the Marley.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Connection.
Yeah.
You see the connection?
Yeah.
Kabaka Pyramid came from out of nowhere and win the Grammy, only to find out that it was produced by one of the Marley.
And where is he now?
Huh?
And how is he ranging on the chart now? Kabaka Pyramid didn't even range on the chart this year.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. He's not doing much these days. Last last 6 7 months, I don't know where he's at.
But that's what I'm saying. He won a Grammy and disappeared.
I take that back. I take that back. I take that back. He made a statement late last year, that was very controversial. I don't remember what he said. Something he said. He made a controversial statement last year. I don't remember what he said, but somebody probably can look it up. And it caused a big blowback, and we haven't heard from him since.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
You know,
Yeah. Queen, go
but
ahead.
it's just that.
So does that
I
mean he's a
forgot.
role model because
Go
people
on,
got
go on.
upset?
Go ahead, Queen.
I forgot what I was going. My train of thought. I lost my train of thought. Go ahead. Go on.
Yeah,
Keep
but
going.
go ahead, Don.
Keep on going.
No, I think Mama Acid was saying something, right?
Mama Acid, were you saying something?
I said, does that make him a role model because everybody picked up what he was saying and got upset about it because he spoke out against something that was wrong? And I'm not going to say what he said. I understand why you didn't say it either, Don.
Okay. All
Right.
right. All right. So,
Yeah, but
mhm. Go
you have
ahead.
to know in this music business as a person of color, you have to know which battle to fight and which battle not.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say to you that it's not just
To.
in the music industry. And it's not just the Grammy or the all of them. They're all fixed. All of them rigged. Um, and you have a certain group of people that do the deciding. Even though they have where you can vote, but at the end. They decide, these group of people, like even the Oscar, they decide who wins. And that's the way how it is, you know, and they're gonna pick the most popular. Same thing in the movie industry. They when they give them those awards and whatever, the same thing.
Lady,
Well, yeah, go ahead, Respecter.
I want to apologize. I'm on the road with my manager.
That's okay.
Yeah,
Greetings,
he's
man.
taking me some people and thing and thing and thing. But I want
That's
to come in. I want to come in quickly on the back to Spice for a second,
uh-huh.
because I think people got the mentoring thing wrong. There's many ways to be a mentor to somebody or role model to somebody. Um, Spice is a perfect person because she can be a mentor by letting or the young people know that yeah, you can strive to be a whatever doctor, lawyer, entertainer, but don't try to be like me or don't try to be like that one or that one. Have your own, you know what I'm saying? Creativity.
And that's what I
And
was saying.
and I can be, you can be, and maybe we are. We are a mentor, a role model to somebody. Somebody is happy when they see you. Doesn't have to be strangers, families, strangers, everybody. Somebody's happy to see you. So that means you're a role model to one person. So and we shouldn't knock nobody.
Mhm.
Spice is not a bad person. She's an entertainer. She's trying to make a living. People knock you down when you don't have money. And when you do what you do best to have money, people still against you. So everybody's got to be themselves.
All right. All right. All right. That's it's with the Grammys, I just say that um we just don't even consider the Grammys because I think that we all feel and know that the Grammys is definitely not what it's supposed to be, you know. And as Don says, and I agree, it takes away the morale of a lot of artists that submit their music, and I mean some darn good music
Hmm.
are being submitted and being overlooked. Um,
Year after
they do
year,
say
year
that,
after year.
yeah, they do say that you have to be a part of it for your
Hmm.
voice to count. And, you know, maybe if a lot more persons um, go in, join this Grammy thing, then maybe there may be a change. If we feel that is not, then why don't we do our own? I think there's the IRMA something award for Caribbean music that takes place every year. Maybe we just need to stop worrying about what America and Americans and their awards may mean, you know, um, and form our own awards that really highlights what we're doing and good music and not just focusing on one set of people, persons.
Lady D, I want to jump in and drop a little history for those who don't know. In 1971 and 72, Reggae Sunsplash started in Jamaica. It was a small production put together by Tony Johnson, and he did that in order to show people around the world that reggae was a top drawing music. Not only did it open up a whole category of tourism in Jamaica and the Caribbean, it also opened up a whole category in the music awards. So when Tony Johnson dropped out and they sold Reggae Sunsplash as an entity, they then decided to not include any thoughts of it possibly being linked to a museum or an award show, because those were the things that were proposed to them early on. In 1973, they were approached and told that they could have their own award show that would happen at the same time while Reggae Sunsplash was going on in Jamaica. They could have an award show, but people didn't want it because they were afraid of the politics. Nobody wanted to fight against the current standing politics, which was the Marleys. Okay, that's some history for y'all.
Okay. So we're all. So I guess
Um,
that. Go ahead, Don.
yeah, I made a comment about the Reggae Grammy as being a joke on my Facebook page, and it garnered a whole lot of comments from all over the place. And one gentleman came on my page and in a comment section, and he said somebody was saying that, hey, Fitzroy Francis. I don't know if you guys are aware of who
Yeah,
he is.
I'm aware of it, Troy.
Fitzroy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Fitzroy Francis came on my page and said what we need to do is become paying members of the academy.
Okay.
So I looked it up, and it costs $150 a year to be a paying member. Then this gentleman came on my page and said, yeah, I did that. I became a paying member, and I realized that you just being a paying member, ordinary what $150 a year member, you're not the one who make the final decision. It's
Huh?
Okay.
the board of
Yeah,
directors.
yeah, them big man.
Yeah, yeah. So like like I've
All of them plan done. The Grammy, the Emmy, the all of them. It's controlled. All of them controlled.
Why can't Jamaica
listened.
come up with its own thing? What's that award that we do? The IRW. What's that award? IRW
Irama.
Arama Award. Why can't we be satisfied
Irama.
with that award? Why is it so important about this American Grammy? Why don't we here at Listening Thursday come together and put on a reggae Grammy Award show?
We
Maybe
talk about that already, Lady D.
yeah.
But it's gonna take more than you.
Maybe we all need to come together. Maybe we all need to come
New
together.
York, New York is doing it.
New York is doing it.
Yeah, New York have the yearly Grammy Award.
A reggae Grammy Award.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, from we up. Remember from we up there, D. Mm,
I don't know where my mind is. I don't know of it. But
yeah,
they're still calling it reggae. Should they call it Caribbean Grammy Awards versus reggae Grammy? Because then we're still intertwining dancehall with Grammy, soca with I mean dancehall with reggae, soca with reggae, Caribbean music in general to reggae. We need to maybe form a Caribbean Grammy and then have different categories based off the
same.
Caribbean genre of music. What do you all think? You don't think that sounds good?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Years, over
yeah.
the years, there have been a number of awards that have started by different Caribbean entities over the years, if you all remember.
Uh-huh.
And,
Yeah.
and they all said after a while, you know why? Lack of support.
Lack of support.
That's it.
So
Yeah.
you know what? I'm gonna step up on this. I'm going to make some calls, and I'm going to invite the listeners, and I'm going to invite the panel, and I'm going to invite Don, and all of us can maybe we could set up a board and really set up this thing and really take it out there, and let's see if what happened. I don't think we can fail because I think all of us are go-getters, and we can touch a lot of the bigger heads. I know a couple of them personally, and we can touch some bigger heads and see what we
All
can
right.
do and get this thing really, 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 really
We're gonna
go.
go around to all of the Golden Crust,
Yeah, and get the
Royal
people
Caribbean.
sponsors
Yeah.
and stuff. All right, we're gonna
People
talk about this off the air. Go ahead, Don.
people have tried that. They go to Golden Cross and to Western Union and try to get support, and it's Tamika Award. You remember that? Who remember Tamika Award?
Tamika Award.
Like form together by
Oh, go on. Yeah.
By Carlton Lindsay did that one.
Clinton.
Hey.
Clinton Lindsay.
Tamika Award.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was going well for a while, and then it stopped. And when I was listening to him in an interview, and the announcer asked him what happened, he said He has to stop because the support dwindles every year after year. The support got smaller and smaller and smaller. We as black people, we don't support the
We
whole thing.
don't, you see what I'm talking about? We
We
don't
don't
Hey,
don't give
support
no credence.
each
We
other.
don't give credence to our own thing. We don't give prestige to our own thing. We give prestige to what the white man put up.
Yeah.
We fighting every year for over the
And it's true. It's true.
It's true.
We went to a symphony orchestra program on Monday. And let me tell you something, you should have seen the place full up of them white folk. Hey,
I don't, I
they're
don't, I don't,
good artists.
I don't like the direction you and Dan is going. I don't like the stereotyping
Okay.
of changing what we're talking about into what the white man and other people are doing. I don't like it because there's positive promoters throughout this country and the world who is putting on good performance shows and they're getting good turnouts. So I don't like when you all switch it up and start give
we're talking
credit
about the Grammy
to
Award. We're
I
talking
don't
about
like
the
that, man.
Grammy Award. That's
No.
right.
Well, let us the and one thing with the population is that when one people do one person do something, somebody do it, another person do it and try to outshine, and we don't come together. But let's
Yeah.
see if we can possibly make a difference and see if we can bring the masses together. And
Yeah, and
there's nobody in charge of anything. We're
yeah,
all collectively
yeah,
working together to make something happen
yeah.
for the Caribbean community. The same way the
And
carnivals can go on and stuff like that. We must can come together
yeah.
and
And
make it work.
forgive me,
So
lady.
listen,
You have to cut short. Yeah.
That would be the absolute best opportunity is during carnival for each
And
city that
forgive me.
has carnival to have its own reggae awards and then send those people to a national or international reggae awards. That's the only way we're going to gain some
all right,
traction is to get each commitment.
we're gonna talk about it a little
I,
bit
I
more
gotta.
here. Go ahead, the
Hey,
respecter. Blessings to you.
forgive me. I gotta sign off. Okay.
Yeah, blessings to you, the respecter.
All right.
We're gonna be let's listen, let's move on because we were supposed to only touch this for about 20 minutes and we've gone into a full hour with
Mm.
the entertainment segment of it. We did have another caller. Caller,
Yeah, good night, it's Donna.
hey, greetings, Donna. How you
Hey,
Hey,
Donna.
Hey, how you
da-
doing?
greetings,
Yeah,
greetings.
yeah, I'm listening, and I agree with a lot of things that were said.
Okay.
And then I also have my own opinion in regards to Bob Marley because, like I always said, Bob Marley never died.
Okay.
So, for him, winning the Grammy is because he lived.
Okay.
Okay, and it's like you said, it's a soundtrack, and it should have been categorized as a soundtrack instead of Bob Marley. But the reason why, because Bob Marley is still alive.
Okay. Well, he lives, and
mm,
that's why he won. And this is his first, from what I'm hearing, it's his first Grammy. So that's a good thing. If it's really, really his first Grammy, that's a good thing. So blessings to him and blessings to the Marley family. And we're gonna talk off the air about getting collectively together and trying to do something with this award situation. All right. And anyone whom is interested in coming together, send us a link, dapowerhouseradio@gmail.com. That's dapowerhouseradio@gmail.com. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. We have to touch where we're gonna touch with the 47, 40, 45, 47. Where we're gonna start. We're gonna start with should we start with Elon Musk?
Let Queenie start. Let Queenie pick it.
Go ahead, Queenie.
we can start with Trump, the airstrike on the against the Islamic State of Somalia because that's a quick thing.
Okay.
It
Oh,
was more.
wait. Before you go away from that, Queenie, remember
Mhm.
he is now sending troops to the Middle East. U.S. troops
Okay,
are being
yeah.
deployed to the Middle East.
Hmm. And this was he sent missile strike missiles And what he's saying is that he's saying, like he done said, he's gonna get you. He said if you're an enemy of the US, he's gonna come and get you. Okay, those are his words, quote unquote. Okay, he said this is exact word. Trump said, "We will find you. We will kill you. If you are an enemy of the U.S., we will find you." Anyway,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that a lot of people died in this airstrike, and that's what folks are not looking at. There were innocent people that died in this air raid. Um, right now, Trump even did. He published a video of the strike. That's how he's boasting about it. You know what I mean? Yes, you say you got the leader, the Somalian leader of the ISIS, but at the same time, you also got at least a couple of hundred innocent bystanders too. You know, they do these things, and right now he's just all over the place. He's in Somalia, he's in South Africa
He's
because
in
he's also trying to get into South Africa too.
he's in the Gaza. He said that he's going to own the Gaza.
He's all over the place. Yeah, he said he'll build some nice little houses and put them in, and he will rebuild the city, get rid of all the ammunition that's hidden underground, and he'll just fix the city nice and pretty. You know how he talks.
Is
Nice and beautiful, nice and pretty, and
is the Trump presidency a division? Because it seems like it's just dividing everybody and everything, you know. So what is this Trump um presidency? Is it a division? Um how about because now I'm seeing a couple of Republicans, I guess, is trying to speak out underneath their breath.
yes, there
Uh,
have been a lot of
that
demonstrations.
is going crazy, especially with this new thing with the Gaza situation.
Mhm.
And you know, they trying to downplay it, but then he brought it back up again this week. I mean, yesterday or today, that he's serious about
Well,
this.
let's look at it as a state of security, Lady B, and then we can just add everything in that is danger, a danger to the U.S.
Okay,
So yeah, we gonna label it state of state of security, right?
okay.
Mm.
And then
State of security. So let's
Mhm.
drop in there about the tariff. Uh,
Right.
so we
Okay.
have the tariff in our reasoning. We have
Mexico,
in our reasonings. We have the
Canada,
election,
mm, mm,
deportation in our reasoning. We have
reasoning.
impeachment. Let me
Yeah.
touch on impeachment.
Okay.
On his first presidency, they had the impeachment situation, and it was stated that it didn't work. It did the impeachment didn't work. So what is the necessity of this Al Green putting on impeachment? Blossom says the African president said he wants all the white people them out of Africa. They do not want them there, so do not come to his country. So the African president is saying that he doesn't want the white people in there. And now Elon Musk is also Musketeer is also calling foul that it's based off of racism. What you ladies know about
Can I
You
jump in?
that? Go
go
ahead.
on, jump in, go on.
We okay. So let's start at the bottom of the trash can and work our way up.
Okay.
Uh, in front of the Treasury, the U.S. Department of Treasury building today, we had some very powerful black women out there who are congressmen, and they were saying, if you're angry, you can leave, you can go back to your own home. only to find out he is not welcome in South Africa because there's money on his head. And that's because he started the whole Nazi thing with his mama in South Africa, which is why they left South Africa. And he came to America on a student visa. He is still on a student visa. He does not have a green card. He is not a citizen. He cannot vote.
So
He
how
is.
Donald put
Well,
him
I,
in?
well, I want to finish. I need to get to the bottom of the trash can before you get to the questions. I know it's juicy, but I need to throw something on there. Me and Queen had a little conversation, and she convinced me I should just tell it.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Tell it.
He's got feelings about black people. Racism is only the tip of it. The deal with apartheid is that you think you are in a different class genetically. He wants to bring the white ethno state that they were not able to create in South Africa and make it in America. Because he say black people in America is the dumbest niggas on the planet.
Yeah, he said.
Negroes. Okay. All right.
Okay, so is there so okay, you got a question?
Wow. So what is the plan that he's
Okay.
coming up with the Social Security and the financial sector of America?
Well, even before we even go in the financial sector, if we talk about the DEI was founded during the civil rights movement, and what it was created for, the diversity, equity, and inclusion, and that is to put people in not in categories, but for everybody to be able to function as one in a setting comfortable and conducive to them. You see what I'm saying? That was the whole idea of the DEI, which right now it's not really functioning because Trump is doing his own thing and he's not following any of these things that was instituted years ago. Remember what he said? He's going back to the 30s,
He's making
the
America.
1930s. He's going back to 1930s. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Could I say something?
Go ahead.
Do you see the Senate that voted for the new FBI director, Cash Patel? I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, did you listen to him say that it was an investigation, and every time that they asked him about Biden and Kamala, because he said they're in trouble because he didn't win the presidency. Yes, he was the president, but he wasn't elected.
Who?
And it was an
Who wasn't
investigation. This
elected?
is what the person, Cash Patel, who they nominated for the FBI director position.
Uh-huh.
It's an investigation, and he knows. Okay,
Who-
so
He revealed it. He definitely revealed it. Yes, he did.
asked him today, huh?
That who wasn't
Every time-
elected?
Trump.
That 47 did not 47 did not
47.
win. That they
That's it.
manipulated the results and they controlled the submission of the results. That's what's the next lawsuit coming up.
Biden and Kamala is in trouble. They never won the presidency.
Donna, please call her by her name. Her name is Kamala. We don't use alternate names here. We call people by their names.
So
Kamala.
you're saying that the FBI now is saying that Biden and Kamala did not win the presidency.
Right.
So we can say this.
I'll forward the video to you so that you can look at it.
I
And you can listen and hear what this man is saying.
Mhm.
It's he said, like the FBI, they're hired to investigate.
I saw a little thing about that and talking about arresting them and whatever, but there is no proof. There is nothing that is concrete.
Saw something.
Right now they're
linking
going
them to any fraud.
Yes,
during
ma'am.
the
Yes,
election.
ma'am. Yes, there is. There is now concrete proof in 4 states that they were interfered with. In the first one, we all watched on television, which was Pennsylvania. When they interfered in Pennsylvania, it caused a ripple effect, and they were able to change election results in other places because they had reached directly onto the time. Look, let me put it to you this way. So if I go to your car and I stick my key in, your car shouldn't start. But if I go to my car and I take your key and I put your key in my car and it starts, then there's something wrong. If you get my point, can you see where I'm going with this?
No.
They
Well,
stopped the transmission of the live results of the collection from each one of the sites that was collecting all of the ballots and giving the entire national readout from each state of how many ballots have been counted for each candidate. When they interfered with it in Philadelphia and in Pennsylvania, it was on camera live. We all saw it. And they said, oh, we've got to restart the machine. When they restarted it, Starlink had already stepped in and taken all the results already. They were feeding it to Starlink. So when it was uploaded, Starlink uploaded what they wanted, not the true results.
So this is so they're saying this in regards to the Biden Kamala presidency.
They're saying that this last election was stolen electronically by Elon Musk. If you remember, right after the election, I talked about a joke that I had heard from some tech people who said Elon left Twitter at 9:40 and they said, why are you leaving? The results are not in yet. He said, I already know what happens because Trump wins and I'm going home and call him and party, because he had already said that that was what he programmed.
Well, remember, there's some videos that are. Remember, there's some videos.
Saying,
Wait a minute, Donna, and then you could put. Then there was some. I had saw some videos where it was saying where Trump himself said that the presidency was rigged. Go ahead, Donna, real quick.
Well, okay. So what I was saying really quick was that Trump was cheated when Biden and Kamala was cheated. Right.
Oh, so you were saying that previous election was stolen, and Mama Asid is letting us know that this election was stolen.
Well, he was already the president. This is just the whole investigation. That's why I don't get it.
So,
people don't get it.
So
this is an investigation. This is an investigation. I had one going on since 1989.
So we have both presidencies that are rigged. That's what they're saying.
Right, absolutely. Both. All the results
in that
manipulated.
case, it wouldn't even be the president. It would be the associate. It would be the people who set up these machines and the people who are running these machines and these districts and these county and these states head. They're the one would be setting it up, not the president.
Well, let me put something.
No, not actually. Let me clarify that. Because America's on an electronic election system reporting now. When that happened was very, very highly questioned, because people said, suppose someone finds a way to break into the system and change the results. Everybody kept saying that. We all knew it was going to happen, and it happened because he did that. How did he get a copy of the manual and all of the specifications for each one of the voting companies' machines that were used all over America? That's all he needed.
Okay, now my thing is this. My thing is
Gore
this.
and Bush election.
My thing is
When
this. My thing
Gore
is this.
won, and then when we woke up, Bush was the president.
My thing is this. What does all of these U.S. citizens ballot matters? Isn't it the electors whom are the one that elects the president?
It's the popular vote that tells the electors what to vote. The electors vote what the popular vote is.
Half of the time, even it's evident with Hillary Clinton. The popular vote was there, but the electors voted the way they wanted to vote
because it was rigged. because it was rigged to
So
go that way.
what
It was rigged to
purpose?
go that way in the election pool. That was when they had super delegates.
So
That super delegate issue is part of what you're talking about.
what is
That's a super delegate issue.
but what is the purpose of us standing in the cold and the rain and and all of that to cast votes that doesn't even matter?
That's why now people need to go ahead and support the program for the popular vote agreement. The popular vote agreement has already got 15 states that have joined it. The popular vote compact says the popular vote will be the vote. It won't be any more electors, no more electoral college. The popular vote. It
So
will be the actual vote.
there is
That's what we're working on.
so there is a petition that is going around right now in regards to that, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
For the popular vote. So we need to look out for it. And I'm waiting for Anne. We're about to have a pretty beautiful new website where we're going to be uploading a lot of information onto the new website. So Annie, get that website going. We've been waiting long enough. But anyway, so we're going to go into this popular vote thing. Look for the popular vote um, um, sign up sheet or what you call it.
No, you have to tell your electors, you have to tell your election commission that this is what you want. And you have to also tell your state government. That means you tell your district representative, you tell your congressman and your senator, I want to be a part of the popular vote compact. Because that in itself means that they will then understand that no one is interfering in the election.
Okay.
What will happen under the popular vote is even more clear to help explain what would not have happened this time. If when they were counting it and we were looking at it, it would have been divided based upon the number of people who voted, not including the number of people who didn't vote. You see now? Because what skewed it was the amount of people who did not vote. There were more people who did not vote than who voted for either candidate. One candidate got 36%, the other candidate got 32%. So you have to look at the fact that they're so close, and then you got this huge wedge, which in all actuality, 34 to 35% of your voting population not voting means that the election should be invalid, because there's no way to clarify the results without using the exact votes. How do you interpret a split community? If you are purple in your house, that means one of you are red and one is blue. How is that red? Is it red by the entire house, or is it red by each person? At this point, it's red by the house. And that's why Michigan went from blue, which it turned purple, and then now it's counted red. But we don't have that many Republicans in Michigan, and in positions of power, no, not even. So it shows you that the manipulation of the results resulted in us not really having a voice at all, because the people who are speaking to people who are not there to listen, who we voted for. That's the scary part. They actually composed the whole thing and then carried it out like it was a huge play. This is a huge, gigantic problem that we are only seeing the tip of, because looking at the 53 days doctrine of how long it took Hitler to deconstruct the Reichstag, which was the German government, 53 days. Okay, we're getting close to day 20 with him. So we're getting to the halfway point. And if people don't start taking these things seriously, they've gone into the national repository of all our national security data in the Department of Treasury, and they have unlocked it and downloaded it and removed it to an offline site and system. That is 100% illegal. That is why they are calling for him to be arrested.
Well,
now, nobody
the
understands
US
the
Senate,
deportation thing. What about the deportation thing? Why can't he be deported? Because he is an illegal alien. And he has committed a total crime that is a crime against the entire country. That's tyranny. So what are we looking at here?
So don't we have to look out our president?
The
Don't we
president is
have
not
to
our
look
president. The president is
President
not
is
our
run by
president.
Musk,
The
the
only thing
president.
we have is the Congress, and the Congress has to put its foot down on the Senate. That's it.
But
All right.
the Congress nor the Senate is the Congress and the Senate, not nor. The Congress and oh, Mama Asa got disconnected. The Congress
Well,
and
this
the Senate is under the Republican regime, and the entire Republican Party looks as if
yeah.
they are totally afraid.
No, there is two,
45
like the report. There
Nina
is two of the Senate, two of the senators. They're striking back.
two out of how many?
Yeah.
Two out of how many?
That's on the Republican side. The Republican, they want Musk to come and testify. The Republicans,
But
they're
they, but,
standing, they're
but
standing by Musk. But
right.
the Democrats and
I
these two senators, they want him to come and testify.
because I got ready to
You know how
I got ready to say the same Republicans have voted against him going and testify. And I want to know what the problem is, why they feel that he should not testify. That's I think that
well,
all of them testify and let us know what their plans are for America, for the
but
future.
you see, lady, they're so corrupt, and they all have so much history, negative history, that they don't want to sit in front of the committee and being what you would call no picked and talked about their past and all of that grudging up. They don't want that. So therefore that's why they won't agree. And Trump, he is helping them to overcome
I said don't call him
these
Trump. I said don't
the
call him
East he,
47.
okay, 47, 47 is entering these what you call it that they usually do. You know how the Senate usually have you in, and you come in and they ask you questions and what have you.
Yeah.
Well, Trump is 47 is hindering that from happening because he is using his presidency and his clout because half of them scared of him. So he's using it to manipulate so that the rules does not apply to certain people. Only some people the rules apply to.
And why should they be afraid of him? Let's get to the tariff with them being afraid of him because he keeps walking back these tariffs against Canada, Mexico, and China. So is he someone to be afraid of when he look when it appears that he is afraid of those countries?
But not just even the country, even here in America, he is threatening these federal workers. You know how many of them he done fire, and how many of them he gave 10% to retire, for them to retire early. You know how many of them they out there, they're the ones out there demonstrating
Yeah,
because
there was a judge whom put a block on that right before the deadline was to come.
Yeah, it's an illegal deal. It's not funded or sanctioned by the Congress or the Senate.
Right.
yeah.
The judge who stopped that. So for a lot of the federal workers whom are listening in, you pay attention to the news and stuff. There was a judgment against that. So I'm noticing that a lot of things as well that Trump is trying to put into place is being knocked down by some.
Knocked down. Yes. Yes.
So
The only way that happens is that judges are the only ones who have power to check an executive order. It cannot be challenged by Congress or the Senate because they only make and challenge laws. These are not laws. That's the first thing people need to understand, is that an executive order is him saying this is what I want you to do. but
Right.
you don't have to do it, which is what Mexico, Venezuela, and Canada have shown us, because they are laughing in his face now, saying these are things that were negotiated by Biden and it's still working.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Al Green. Let's see what happened with Al Green taking it to the house, because he
Okay,
took
but
it to
see,
the house Wednesday,
remember,
and
Queenie.
they put out an order of impeachment.
Yeah, they want to start an impeachment hearing, but the deal is not the impeachment hearing, it's the removal. They impeached him twice before, but they did not remove him. The deal is
Exactly.
that the only people that can remove him is the Senate, and they can't get enough votes from the Senate to vote to remove him from office.
Exactly.
They
So
have two impeachment orders right now that mean nothing. They're just basically an examination of what he did.
yeah, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of taxpayers' money for this impeachment process.
Much
But
money,
nothing
yes.
is going to come of it. He's been impeached twice when he was in his first seat.
And
It's
now he's a felon, which is against
and
every part of the 14th Amendment.
those are still what I cannot understand. How can you be a felon and still become the president of the United States of America? Something
You
is wrong.
steal the
Because he's
election.
Trump.
Is
If
Yeah.
wrong
he knows he's
with
not a
the.
felon,
Say that again, Donna.
he's not a felon. It's an investigation, so they know that he's not a felon. If it's
But
an
did they not find him guilty?
He was convicted, found guilty, and sentenced
So
to
how
time served.
so how is
they
he
don't
not a felon? I don't understand, Donna.
he's not a
Donna doesn't understand. She's not willing to admit the facts, and that's fine. We all know she lives in her own special version of reality. I'm
no. Listen to what I'm saying.
I'm willing to say it.
If I have an investigation being conducted since 1989, how are you to even say whatever unless you're delusional?
All right.
Okay, you cannot tell me what I know. So
Okay.
Um,
if I'm
All right.
speaking about
okay.
So let's move
All
in.
right. Tell you what now.
Let's move into the
They're
deep.
saying that a lot of this. I'm trying to figure out how all of these come together with um with what is going on in all of these mishaps and stuff going on. For
Well,
example, we had around what about six different crash or near
Oh
crash
yeah,
or what
airplanes.
have you. Yeah,
before you even get to airplanes, Queen,
yeah.
DEI, DEI. We didn't even finish touching
Well,
DEI.
DEI is part of this. They want to know. They wants to know what they want to know is it part of the DEI? Is it because there is no diversity, no inclusion, all of this? They're saying then why they're not hiring enough people to put in these towers so they can
Absolutely.
monitor planes. So it do correspond with DEI. It's part of it.
Well, go ahead, because
You know what?
I think my port wine is starting to kick in. Go ahead.
Y- all of that has to do with it. Even the black businesses not being able to put their goods on the shelves in the big stores. All of these have to do with DEI, because like I said, this was formulated during the civil rights movement, and this was formulated for inclusions and equity and all of that stuff. But evidently some of these large businesses, they're not giving back, put it that way. They're not giving back into the community. The communities I'm not even gonna say the poor communities. I'm gonna say the less fortunate communities.
No, they're not
Okay, they're not
distributing
putting back, and
equally through all of their
most of
shoppers.
the money, and they're the ones spending most of the money in the
Let
in these stores.
me ask you two ladies a question in regards
Hmm.
to DEI and these and all the controversy behind it.
Hmm.
With this Jamal Bryant, pastor out of New Birth Missionary Baptist Church in Stonecrest, Georgia, he's calling for a full boycott of Targets. What are each one of your thoughts on that? Does it
I'm
make,
with it because I boycotted them 3 years ago and I still don't go there.
but
I even cut up my
did,
card.
did it really make a impact in any sort of ways, these boycotts? And why just boycott Targets? What happened to Walmart? And what happened to um
I
Because
don't go to
you
Walmart
see,
either.
lady, some
say that
of these stores, that you're saying they support merit based, okay? Kraft, Vaseline, the company that make Vaseline. Those
Johnson
companies
and Johnson.
they support the DEI. So maybe some of the supermarket, and there's some of those supermarket, like they talk about Sam's Club, is Sam's Club or Oscos, whatever it is. Those support it,
Costco.
support
Costco, yeah,
support
they
Apple,
support it.
Goldman and
So,
Sachs, they support this
mhm.
I. So I'm forever a Delta traveler. So I'm very happy to hear that they support it. But is DEI really beneficial to Black persons? That we are,
It should
that it is
be.
called upon for Black people to really be the ones to, that this is affecting Black people. Is it really?
In which way?
Say that again.
In which way?
In which
How
way
are you asking?
is
Because I want to try to stab at that.
is it really affecting Black persons not having DEI?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell
So,
you
yes,
one
so,
thing.
yes, some
Right.
black business. Sorry,
Let's fix
go
that.
on,
Let's fix that
I
because
see.
I've been watching everywhere that it is not really even benefiting Black folks. It more benefits the alphabet. It more benefits white women. It more benefits Hispanic. And why are Black people really, melanated skin people, really fighting for this DEI that is not really even beneficial to them?
But you see, lady,
We are
We need to start talking about it. There's
let's
only five black CEO, okay, in the country. I mean, high paid. You
talk.
know them figures,
That's
right? In the country when there should have been 13%.
okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Um. But so yes, we need to talk about it, and maybe by talking about it and trying to change it so that it is effective. It should be effective. It should have been by now, but evidently it's not. So I'm saying by it being exposed, because there's a lot of people that didn't even know about this until recently. It's just coming to the forefront. Like I said, 225 is the year of revealing. Okay, it just really came to the forefront. So a lot of people didn't even know about that
All right.
program,
All
or
right.
that was initially instituted for that purpose.
Okay.
So they
Can I
didn't
throw one
argue.
thing in there?
Take a jab at it, Ax.
Go on, bro. Go on, mama.
Take a
She
jab.
said people don't know about it, and she is 100% on point because they don't publicize it to allow people to be able to take advantage of it and to
Mm-hmm.
fill these roles that are still left open in these
Mm-hmm.
holes that need to be plugged simply because of the broligarchy and the oligarchy. Once we got straddled with the tech broligarchy and the oligarchy, we had no further recourse. We are sort of stuck in the middle of the cookie, so to say. And as they continue to eat the cookie, they have no choice other than to eat us because they can't make the cookie without us. The Mexicans proved that to us on Monday when they said you're going to have another national day without immigrants. It was no taco trucks nowhere to be found. You couldn't
Mm-hmm.
get you couldn't get in a Mexican restaurant or a Mexican supermarket in Detroit and all of Michigan. They shut down. Even the Mexican industries said we're not accepting trucks and we're not working. It's a national holiday. And you know why they did it? They said
And they were
America
on the
has
street.
done
They were
this to us
celebrating.
so many times that we have to at least take one day to say, hey, you're going to see us. So
Yeah.
now black people are doing the same thing. That's what I would like to say, is that the black businesses who are in Target are there by force. Target right now is experiencing some serious losses like they have
Yeah.
never experienced before, because believe it or not, Target builds on the edge of black communities, but never close enough to be included in the tax base for the community. But you take all full advantage of our economic dollars by locating near us like a predator fish. So if we try
Yes.
to leave, we have no choice other than to drive past you. And that's
And
what I
most
do.
targets are in our areas. Yeah, they put them in our areas and don't want to get back. I
Target
mean,
is the same as Walmart. Don't see them any differently other than their colors. They treat their employees the same. They pay you low and they expect you to do more off the clock. And then they don't want to be cited by it. The Department of Labor has cited Target as many times as it has cited Walmart because they want employees to work off the clock. They want you to stay late or they want you to work through your lunch. They don't want you to take a break. They want you to, if you're on the way to a break room and a customer asks you a question and you say, I'm sorry, I'm off the clock, they will actually cite you for saying that the customer, you did not give customer service. I know this has happened to people that I know, and I have actually watched the process play out where Target has prevented them from being able to get jobs at other places and they were good employees. Target is a very bad investment by black people. We need to divest that. Okay. I divested 3 years ago after having divested and went back. I went back, which was stupid. And then I got mad and I said, no, I'm never going back again because I shopped online and looked at the prices. And then when I got to the store, I looked at what was in the store and I said, this is not the same. Why is this like this? And someone also reminded me that they diversify their prices based upon the area. So if it's high in your area, Target is going to be higher in your area.
Under the DEI, who
Uh-huh.
benefits the most? Is it black people or is it white women? Is it Hispanic?
Who's getting the most? You're saying who's getting the most benefit?
Who benefits the most? Because from
It
what
doesn't benefit black people the most. That's for sure. Nothing in America benefits
why
black people
is
the
it
most.
black people whom are the most angered by this DEI that didn't really do anything for them?
But it's not even just black people. Have you looked at the effect on trans people and let me
Well,
get it right now. Okay.
I'm
The alphabet people. I can't say it. I'm gonna say
what
it like that with
well,
respect.
well, that's what I'm saying, Acid, is that
But you see, lady, they
benefits, wait a minute, whom benefits? Because we've been around the world, and we still can't find our baby. Who's benefiting the most off of this DEI? Because what I've been reading,
Statistically, you asking statistically,
the business, the big large business,
there's
the
the
white,
large
largest
corporate.
segment of the
alphabet women,
population,
there's
white women and white
white
men.
women, white men, there's alphabet. The black persons are on the bottom.
No, on the very, very bottom is the Latinos and then black people.
Okay,
Mhm.
so yeah, the black,
Even the alphabet people are above black people.
that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying that
Mhm.
when
Mhm.
we're talking about diversity, inclusion, and all of these stuff, why is it becoming a black person problem? Because the Caucasians are not um talking about it. The Mexicans are the Hispanics are not talking about it. They're really focused on deportation and those issues. The LGBTQ is not talking about it.
Yeah, they are. They
Yeah,
screaming and
some,
hollering
yeah,
about
some,
it.
not just
Mostly,
that, but
it's mostly the black community that is
but
talking
you see,
about it.
lady,
It's not even
you
local.
see, lady, all of us are not getting it, but some of us are getting it. So it's
We're
better
the
some of
we're
us get it than
yeah,
none of us.
we're the canary in the coal mine. Anything
Yeah,
happens, we
some
immediately
get it,
scream
some
because we're
don't.
sick of it.
Yeah.
We
So if
already
they
been
take it
beat.
away, then nobody at all will be getting it.
That's
Mm.
right. That's right.
Put it that way. Put
Nobody
it
at
that
all
way.
nobody at all is getting it. Okay.
Some get it because there was this woman on that clip I was watching where she was showing you she do jewelry and what have you she make. And she was showing you that she just because of
Let me ask.
the
What
DEI, she end up getting her jewelry on the shelf in I think it's where was it? One of those big stores. I think it was I forgot the name. One of those big stores though. She ended up getting her jewelry in, and
this
like she said,
time,
it's because of that.
so we have about 8 minutes. So with this time and age,
Mm-hmm.
we're saying without the DEI,
Yeah.
we will not be able to get our merchandises on shelves. We will not be able to get certain positions in corporate. We will not be able to um, own our own businesses and make it lucrative businesses without this DEI. That is
We'll
that
be
Because
taken
it is
advantage of more. We'll be
it's
taken
legislative
advantage of.
protection against
Mhm.
being ruled
Yeah.
out totally. It's sort
Yeah.
of like saying we're having this slice of pie, regardless of whatever you're doing over there. This slice of pie is already taken out, regardless of what you're doing.
okay?
So when they get rid of DEI, that slice of pie is gone. We're
Okay,
no
Mm-hmm.
longer accommodated
That's
at
it.
all.
because I want the listeners to totally understand the DEI because as everyone pays attention to media, we under when you listen to media, and this is a question that was posed. So when everyone is in the media saying that black persons do not benefit from that, I was asking you ladies to elaborate on what exactly is necessary for the black community to have this DEI and why we may be the ones whom have to be the voice of this. But then also question that was
Mm-hmm.
is without this DEI because it has already um been abolished or however you want to say it. What
It's
now? The
it's not abolished. They're still voting on it. It's
but
not
we
totally abolished.
5 minutes.
Trump want to abolish it, but it's not
But a lot of
47, right?
47,
47. I'm
but a
sorry.
lot of Queen, but a lot
Mm-mm.
of organizations, a lot of companies, such as Target, such as
Mhm.
Walmart, have
Mm.
already put it into motion where they're
Mm.
not honoring this. So, with 5 minutes left, what are we to say to the melanated skin community with DUI? If it is automatically withdrawn from many companies, where does this leaves the black people? What
Go out
exactly
there and
black
demonstrate.
people do now besides
Mhm.
demonstrating? Because we could demonstrate till our
But if we don't support the but this is the way we're gonna demonstrate by not supporting these businesses.
and
We
that is
need to not
that
support
is
these
going
businesses.
and that is going and we feel that that is going to force the hands
Well,
of
look,
these
It
Trump
always does. That's the only
47 put
way.
tariff, 47 put tariff on all these countries, and they yield in there. Mm.
temporarily.
They had to stop what they were doing because
But
they told them we are not
I
playing
tell
these
you,
games with you.
okay,
We already
okay.
have agreements in place and you are going to honor the agreements because if we decide to shut you down, remember you're the one in the middle and we can shut down everything that you are doing in every
And that's what
industry
people
would
need to
be
understand. If you don't purchase certain things, then they're gonna have to pay attention because they depend on your money. Remember, we are the largest consumer out there. People of color, we are the largest consumer out there. Okay, and if we take a day and don't purchase, not just sit in your house in
Right.
your apartment, in your
Don't
house for
spend
one
no
day,
money.
no money flowing. See what happens. See what happens.
All right. So for the black persons, melanated skin persons, there is a boycott of Target that is called by the civil rights activists due to the retailer's decision to phase out its diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. This boycott has begun February the 1st as activists gather and we're going to protest. So, with what Queen and Mama Acid has stated, it is important for us to stick together. And as I've stated last week, divided we fall, together we stand. Call a call
Yeah.
back. Divided we fall, together we stand. Okay? So these are some of the reasons that we need to stand together and to boycott targets, because the only thing that some organizations understand is when they're being hit in the pocket.
Okay.
So I just want to applaud you two ladies for not knowingly explaining to individuals while I'm trying to twist you all. I need you
Well,
all
I
to
appreciate it. Don't forget,
Thank
shop
you.
at Kroger
Yeah.
for your groceries.
to
Stay out of Publix. Go to Kroger,
understand.
get your groceries at Kroger's or Myers. They are on our side.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
So go shop at Kroger's, get away from Walmart, and understand
Go
that
to Costco
Walmart
if you gotta buy a big load.
instead of Sam's, because Sam's
Yep.
Yeah.
is going to fill you with uh,
Yeah.
Walmart. So you all need to do with the time that we have left. You all need to seriously go and do your researches and find out the companies whom are eliminating the DEI, all right, and whom are with
Yeah.
upholding the DEI. But
Buy
join,
all the craft. Buy all the craft product you want to buy. Craft is supporting
all right, and next week we could even go over a lot of the
some
companies
of them.
are
Yeah.
supporting. So
Yeah.
for now, Target is on the list. So Target
Mhm.
is the target, right? So
Yeah.
I know that Jamal Bryant was asking for persons to sell their stocks. I don't know how that's going to go. But we can not go into their stores because there are so many other stores. And melanated skin persons make up almost 94 million or $1 billion a day of
Mhm.
revenue in these establishments. So let's stick together because once again,
You better.
divided we fall,
Mhm.
together
Mhm.
we stand. I've been saying it since last week before last. Divided we fall, together we stand. I thank each and every one for tuning in to Reasoning Thursdays each and every Thursdays. We ask you to share with your friends, your families, your colleagues, even your children, your adult children, and let them know to tune in, because if they're just not missing, they're not just missing a little bit, they're missing a lot. Go over to our YouTube channel, like, subscribe, and get notified when our talk programmings are on the radio. Be sure to listen to the Lady D show each and every Saturdays, 12 to 4 p.m. And also, as you're doing now, you're listening to Reasoning Thursdays each and every Thursdays from 8 to 10 p.m. And don't forget, it's all about love, nothing but love. We love love, you know. We're full of love over here. Check us out each and every Sundays from 7 p.m. up until the 9 o'clock hour. Blossom, Queen, Blossom, and Cool G and myself. We just want to spread the love. All right. And as we're doing now each and every Thursdays, you know, Mama Acid Queen, the respecter, yours truly, Lady T. Check us out on Thursdays. We have a lots and lots of information. And don't forget, no topic whatsoever is off limit. All right. So if you have a topic that you want to us to reason on, send it to DA Powerhouse Radio at gmail.com. That's DA Powerhouse Radio at gmail.com. We thank our brother station, YouTube's Radio, for carrying us. The Victorious 89.1 FM for carrying us, and to all of our sponsors. We want to thank you for continuing to sponsor us and sticking with us right here on DA Powerhouse Radio. Big things coming 2025. It's going to be a really, really interesting year. Ladies, you want to say River Dolce?
Good reason. Good reason. I enjoyed being here with you guys. And I'll see you next time. Remember, press that thumb up button, tell your friends, your neighbors, and just hit us up next week. We'll be back Thursday. Love you all.
And before you go, Mama Acid, I just want to invite you all once again to for all of you Garveyites, be sure to go on out to the bomb on night. Monday night is all in celebration of Marcus Garvey. Make sure that you are definitely in the house for that. The Powerhouse Radio will be up in there. YouTube's Radio will be up in there, and a host of others will be up in there celebrating. All right, go ahead, Mama Acid.
All right. Love to everyone, peace to everyone, and please do not forget this is Black History Month. Two little short pieces of Black history. One, we lost Brother Neely Fuller Jr. on the 1st of February. Um, Much love, and please, brother, know that your memory will live with us forever because your words are facts. And this is also the month we honor Dr. Frances Cress Welsing at the Free Black Women's Library. We're on the internet at freeblackwomen'slibrary.com. Please come by, check us out. We've got a lot of books. And also, for those who are looking for books, leave us a quick email. Just send us what book you're looking for to Black Trueberry. That's Black TRUEBRARY at gmail.com.
And
Peace and Yuhuru Sasa.
And also, don't forget, it is a Reggae Month along with Black History Month. And
Yes.
last week we highlighted Bob Marley. This week we're going to be highlighting the big man himself, Dennis Brown. Last week we also, as our Black historian, was Carter Goodwin Woodson. This week we're going to honor Harriet Tubman. So check us out for the Lady D Show. We love you all. Blessings upon blessings upon blessings. Be good, be kind, and just love each other. Love is the way. And smile, because when I smile, you smile, he smiles, she smiles. And what a wonderful world we'll have with everyone smiling. Blessings. Peace out. Be good.